And a good afternoon to you from the Lackland Joint Base here in San Antonio, Texas. Chris Sheba, glad to be back with you. Game number 2 here on day number 2 features the 1-0 Army women taking on the 0-1 U.S. Air Force women. Lots to talk about. Let's start with the starting lineups. We will start with the starters for Army and head coach Major Michael Myers. At one guard, it's number 10, Sergeant Danita Adams. At another guard, it's number 20, that's specialist Kenyatta Sears. Up front today for Army is number 12, specialist Juliet Turner. Number 15 is Second Lieutenant Kiana D'Oliveira, and number 22, Sergeant First Class April Cromartie. So that's the starters for Army. For the Air Force, and head coach Senior Master Sergeant Tashawn Taylor, starting at one guard is number 3, Staff Sergeant Cinnamon Cava. At another guard is number 4, First Lieutenant Angela Johnson. And up front today for the Air Force is number 15, Airman First Class Giovanni Sims. Number 21, Airman First Class Epiphany Woods. And number 32, Staff Sergeant Charmaine Clark. So that's the starters for both of these teams. Army defeating the Marines last night, 98-51. Army outscored the Marines 57-16 in the second half of that ball game. For the Air Force, they lost against Navy in their opening round game, 91-63. The turnovers in that game, 25-7. So Air Force sloppy in that loss, and we'll see what's in store here today. Air Force in the white with the blue, and Army is in the black with the yellow and white. Glad to be with you here today. Knock on wood, internet's been a lot better, so fingers crossed this one will go off without a hitch for you. Of course, if it does have an issue, we will get it back as quick as we can. Ball batted around. Army's going to win the tip as they move right to left on your screens and mobile devices. This is Adams. Adams, 17 points, 3 assists in the opening day victory. Cromartie gets it out to her for 3, no good. Cromartie trying for the offensive rebound. Woods comes up with it. Epiphany Woods, 6 points, 5 rebounds yesterday, and she got fouled. Army winning by 47 yesterday. And on the inbound, a timeout by the Air Force. So an early timeout for the Air Force. 30-second timeout. We'll take a break, come back in just a few seconds. So some full court press being shown by Army, forcing an early Air Force timeout after they make a defensive stop. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you here in San Antonio as Woods able to get it, trapped in the corner, somehow able to get it out was Johnson. That was a nice pass. That's a dangerous spot to get trapped. Woods to the bucket, short, and it's going to go off of the Air Force as it went off the foot of Sims, out of bounds. So just getting settled into this one. If this is half as good as our first game, oh boy. Air Force 88, Army 85. That was a fun one on the men's side. All right, pass. Adams, top of the key. Goes right side to Turner. Back to Adams. Adams for 3. Yes. As I mentioned, Adams 17 points yesterday, 3 out of 4 from behind the arc as that ball's poked out of bounds. Adams helping Team USA to a CISM silver medal last year and playing well for her team, leading her team in scoring. And now a turnover. Here's Sears. Nice pass underneath. D'Oliveira short on the jumper. Cromartie offensive rebound. And then we have a foul on the Air Force. It's on Cava, Cinnamon Cava, playing well in yesterday's loss for the Air Force, commits her first. So both teams with an early team foul here. That three is good from Kenyatta Sears. Sears just 1 of 6 from behind the arc yesterday, getting her first bucket here today. And it's 6-0 Army. Cava trying to clear some space, can't get the floater on the baseline. Rebound controlled by Army. Army running and gunning. That pass just a little bit too high, thrown by Sears, intended for Turner. So turnover gives the ball back to the Air Force just about 2 minutes in to this one. Clark gets it to Cava. Cava into the forecourt. Here's Woods, top of the key. Woods, nifty move to the bucket and draws the foul. D'Oliveira doesn't think so, but it'll be her first and Army's second. At the free throw stripe, Epiphany Woods, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists yesterday. These are her first free throws in this tournament. Able to get the first to go as the Air Force gets on the board here. Second free throw in and out. Rebound controlled by Turner. Cromartie, nice pass to Turner. And the back door is open for 2. Here's Clark. This is Woods, top of the key. Cava, turnaround shot by Clark. Right at the lane, can't get it to go. Sims falling out of bounds as she got tied up with Turner for the rebound. So it will go back to Army. You can see on the YouTube chat, Mr. Denotes updating you with box score and all of the social media links. You can chat with us on that live chat as well. Again, that pass from Sears just a little bit too high for Turner. Second turnover for Army. And again, full court press shown by Army. Sims. Clark, now Woods. Woods is guarded by D'Oliveira. Cava gets it to Sims. Sims looking to post up Turner and traveled with the basketball. So back-to-back turnovers. Army gets the basketball. By the way, you click on that link on the YouTube chat and you can go and get all the stats and pictures and all kinds of good stuff from the tournament. So some of the stats that I've been bringing you, just a small sampling of everything that's out there on the website. Another foul on Air Force as Sears was driving on the wing. That's going to be the second. Both teams with 2 team fouls. Cava picks up her second, so she's got to come out. And Medina, who played well for the Air Force off the bench yesterday with 12 points on 5 of 12 shooting, comes into the ball game. Adams, D'Oliveira, Turner gets it out. Here's Sears trying for another triple. It went halfway down and came back out. Woods the rebound. Here comes Johnson. Top of the key. Medina, rainbow 3 is short. Offensive rebound. Woods, the reverse is short. And so far, Air Force can't buy a bucket. Open look. Not that time either. Sims trying to clean it up. Can't do it. Sears coast to coast. No. Put back by D'Oliveira is good. So Air Force is cold at the start. Army leads by 9. Nearing the midway point of the first half. That was not me that typed that shameless self-promotion on there. Thanks to Stephen for adding my website there. 3-ball off the back of the rim for Johnson. Offensive rebound, Medina. Sims, the first field goal for the Air Force. Army into the forecourt now. It's Sears on the far side of your screen. Cromartie on the elbow. Bounce pass deflected. Good defense by Clark. Clark looking to throw it ahead. Was it deflected? I don't believe so. So we'll. Couple of different subs coming in. First for Army, it's number 11, Luis Vanden Bosch. Also number 21, that's Danielle Sally. And for the Air Force, I believe Captain Izzy's out there for the first time. She is. Strong move to the bucket, but unable to get the roll is Sims. Sally off the bench. 7 points, 9 rebounds, 6 blocks yesterday. So she's a good defensive player to come off the bench for head coach Michael Myers. Nice pass by Sally underneath as Turner puts it up and in. Army leading by 9. Hi to Brandon checking in. Rooting on the Air Force. I think he's the coach, one of the Air Force base coaches. Right now they have struggled offensively, just 1 field goal. Strong move to the bucket. Turner on the scoop pass. Puts it up and in. And it's all Army at the outset here. Medina. Medina gets it to Sims. Back out Johnson for 3 off the back of the rim. Medina the offensive rebound. And she'll back it out. Sims. Johnson. Still plenty of time. Medina tries the 3, grazes the rim, that's all. And that's the kind of start it's been for Air Force. Here's Vanden Bosch on the wing. The bounce pass over to Turner. Turner gets the friendly roll. All Army here at the outset, 16-3. Talking to one of the coaches, the old coach for the Army women, chatting with us on the YouTube chat during the last game and saying that he thinks the Army women and men will both win in this tournament. Right now, the Army women looking good here on day 2. It's all about energy sometimes coming out, too. Army got off, the men did, to a very slow start yesterday, or earlier today. And Army's going to call for time. So we'll finish that thought here in just a little bit. 3:13 left to go. We will step aside with Army in control. Welcome back to San Antonio, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Army with the good start, 16-3. First time I've ever heard Roxette played at a basketball game. It's an interesting mix. Basketball and Roxette. That's what you want right there. Good to have you folks aboard. Thanks for watching here on day number 2. This is game number 6 of 28. Air Force with the basketball. They're off to a cold start, just one field goal in the first about 7 minutes of this ball game. Satterfield's come in, so they've made some changes to try to inject some life as Satterfield gets on the board. So we'll set the 5 for you as Satterfield out there for the first time. Making her first appearance in the tournament is Kimberly Hill. She's wearing number 12. So they're out there with Johnson, Medina, and Clark, who's come back in. Foul on Air Force is on number 12. So both teams with 3 team fouls. And that pass goes nowhere into the backcourt. You could go get it in the backcourt. So Sally able to hustle it down. Now the 3 is no good from Adams. Offensive rebound controlled by Sanders. So Alexia Sanders coming into the ball game. Also Latrell Kirkland, who buries that triple to make it 19-5. So it's Kirkland and Sanders. Also Adams, Sally, and Vanden Bosch. That's the 5 for Army. 3 by Johnson, can't get it to go. Sally with the rebound, and here comes Army. Adams out near midcourt, and that pass too strong. Kirkland through her fingers. So the person who says I love Roxette on the YouTube chat is actually my girlfriend, and it's true. I have Roxette in rotation on my phone just in case she's in the car with me on a road trip. That's enough about Roxette. 1:49 left to go. Clark misses that one badly. Still just 2 field goals and a free throw for Air Force. Good start for Army defensively. Vanden Bosch, open baseline jumper, short. Followed her shot, though. And it's ripped away. Good defense by Johnson on the steal. Here's Medina on the wing. Clark out to Johnson for 3. Can't get it to go. Air Force is getting some good ball movement. They're getting some penetration. It's just not falling right now. Brittany Wright coming into the game for the Air Force to replace Johnson as Coach Taylor tries to find somebody who can get it going on the offensive end. Army, it's Adams into the forecourt. Vanden Bosch fouled, can't get the bucket. Wanted the 3-point play, but she will go to the free throw stripe for the first time here in the tournament. Yesterday off the bench, Captain Vanden Bosch, 12 points on 5 of 7 shooting to go along with 4 rebounds and 1 assist. I mentioned it yesterday. She played at Dartmouth for 4 years. Another sub on for the Air Force. Jessica St. Cyr makes her first appearance as Clark comes out. So 4 team fouls now on the Air Force, 3 on Army. So Army's in the 1-and-1. 1 out of 2 at the line for Vanden Bosch, and it's 20-5. So Clark comes back in for Hill. Driving in Clark, here's Wright. Medina in the corner, and she's bumped by Kirkland. These 2 teams will meet again. It will be on Sunday at 5 p.m. or 1700 hours Central Time. Adjust accordingly. I know last night we had some folks in Germany and other parts watching, so. St. Cyr, the pull-up in the lane, no. Clark, the putback, yes. About 15-second difference, game and shot clock. Adams turns on the Jets, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. D'Oliveira, her shot blocked, stays with it, and the second effort rolls around the world and in. So D'Oliveira back into the ball game, cleaning up. St. Cyr over on the near side, it's Medina. St. Cyr up top. This is right on the left side. Takes it to the baseline and scores. Back-to-back buckets for the Air Force. Good sign. Quickly into the forecourt as Sanders can't get it to go. It's tipped out. D'Oliveira trying to clean it up, can't do it. Now here's Clark. Clark goes behind the back. Tries to beat the buzzer. She does. What a play. Shermaine Clark. Maybe some momentum for Air Force going into the second quarter. So 22-12, Army with the advantage, but theatrics at the end. We'll be back with quarter number 2 here in just a moment. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Start of the second quarter. Air Force will have the basketball. Army with the 10-point advantage, but Charmaine Clark with a buzzer beater to end the first quarter from near midcourt. Wright has it top of the key. Here's Woods, turnaround shot from the half circle, it's good. So Air Force starting to heat up. Sanders into the forecourt. Had it poked away, good defense by St. Cyr. St. Cyr out on the run, lost the dribble, a bit out of control, but Wright was there. Here's Medina, back to St. Cyr, baseline shot, no. And away from the ball, we're gonna have a foul, I believe, on Sanders for Army. First quarter numbers, Juliet Turner leading all scorers with 8 points on 4 of 4 shooting for Army. Army out shooting the Air Force 47% to 23%. Just 5 out of 22 for Air Force, 9 out of 19 for Army in that first quarter. 5 points for Shermaine Clark to lead Air Force. So those are your first quarter numbers. Satterfield, St. Cyr. Now Clark, back to Satterfield. Jumper off the back of the rim. Henriquez has come on as she pulls down that rebound. She'll set up the offense, guarded by Medina in the man-to-man. On the right side, it's Kirkland. Minute into this second act. Kirkland on the give and go with Sanders, and she got bumped. So the foul goes on the Air Force. Satterfield picking it up. Both teams with a team foul here early in this second quarter. Kirkland looking to inbound. Gets it back. Baseline three. Yes! And Army back up by double figures. Kirkland was 0 out of 3 from behind the arc yesterday. Henriquez on the steal is fouled. She'll go to the line. Kirkland today now 2 out of 2 from the arc. So at the line now, Pearl Henriquez, who went 1 out of 2. Stationed, as I mentioned, in Germany. Her husband checking in with us last night at 2 a.m. in Deutschland. First free throw goes. Sub for the Air Force, it's Epiphany Woods. Pearl from Washington Heights, New York. I mentioned she played at Montreat College up there near Asheville, North Carolina. An NAIA school, as she gets both free throws to go. Right into the forecourt. This is Medina. Came on for Cava after Cava picked up 2 quick fouls in the opening minutes. Baseline pull-up. St. Cyr missed it long. Medina chases down the rebound. She's doubled up. Able to dribble out of it, though. Shot is short from the right side from St. Cyr. Long run out by Turner, spinning and trying to draw the foul. Boy, she gave a shot to Clark, and Clark is shaken up. That was a wicked shot. Probably should have been an offensive foul considering she was out of control. So Clark remains down. We will step aside with 8:03 left to go here in quarter number 2. Well, the good news is Charmaine Clark up under her own power. She does go to the bench, and Captain Izzy coming back in for her. So Air Force with the basketball, trailing by 13. Medina, here's Wright, and Medina is hit by Kirkland. Quick sub for Army. Luis Vandenbosch coming in as Kirkland will come out. Both teams with 2 team fouls here in the opening 2 minutes. Patient by Woods as she gets the bucket. Wait for the defender to commit and then go up. Sanders surveys. D'Oliveira spinning around Izzy, can't get it to go, follows the shot, yes, and the foul. D'Oliveira, who was 6 out of 8 from the charity stripe yesterday, will go to the line, try to complete the old school 3-point play. Danita Adams checking back in for Sanders. And Cromartie's going to come back in for D'Oliveira. Should she make this free throw? She does. So D'Oliveira will sit, and April Cromartie back out there. 30-16. 14-point advantage for Army, who has led throughout. Into the forecourt, Wright. This is Woods at the free throw stripe, back out to Wright. Her entry pass almost deflected. Sims able to get it to Woods. Woods, floater in the lane is good. On the near side, Vandenbosch. This is Turner for 2. 32-18. And a sub as Captain Izzy comes back in. It looks like the clock kept running after the officials stopped for a moment. So the scores are off and the time is likely off as well. So while they sort that out, we will go away. So the scoreboard issues taken care of. 6:52 left to go here in this second quarter. It's Air Force basketball. They trail by 14. Woods up top, fakes the shot, drives to the bucket. Can't get the roll, just a little short as Cromartie pulls down the rebound. Here's Adams. Adams to the bucket, no, but she's fouled and will go to the line. That's team foul number 4 already on the Air Force, so one more foul and Army will be in the bonus. Adams at the line, swishes in the first one. Yesterday she was 0 for 1 from the charity stripe, hitting her, I believe, first today. Adams now 4 points. And Army building on its biggest lead here today at 16 right now. Kava back out there after getting into early foul trouble. She brings it into the forecourt. Woods top of the key. And another foul away from the basketball. That will be the third on Army. They're calling this one pretty tight. Another sub for the Air Forces. Coach Taylor continues to shuffle bodies in and out. Brianna Cozart coming in for the first time. Cozart, couple of rebounds, no points on 2 shot attempts yesterday. Kava over to Johnson on the near sides, and an offensive foul called on Izzy. And that's team foul number 5, so Army will be in the bonus over the final 6:14. Army now with Adams into the forecourt. Henriquez. Vanden Bosch, and her bounce pass is off the mark. They say it was, did they say it was, they said it was deflected off Air Force. Another sub as Air Force has subbed on every whistle as Charmaine Clark comes back in. So Turner to inbound right to the basket with 20 on the shot clock. And that will go nowhere. In fact, it's thrown out of bounds. So sloppy, disjointed second quarter. Army in control, though, by 16. Here's Kava. Johnson. Clark, turnaround shot. Too strong. And a foul's going to be on Cozart. So free throws to come for Turner. Remember, folks, it's college basketball rules, and in the women's game, this is a newish rule since they went to quarters for the ladies. 5 team fouls, and the other team's in the bonus. I wonder when they'll switch the men to that, too, and just have everybody all playing the same uniform game. One out of 2 at the line, and the lead is 17 for Army, 35-18. Kava goes behind the back, guarded by Adams and the man-to-man. Johnson. Cozart now to Clark. Clark on the elbow, 10 to shoot. Here's Woods. On the left, it's Cozart. Baseline shot, bounces up. No. Offensive rebound by Clark. And a foul is called as she misses. So Clark will go to the line. That's team foul number 4 on Army. Vanden Bosch picking up the foul. So Woods is at the line. Epiphany Woods at the free throw stripe for the first time here in this tournament. Woods from Chicago. Played at Idaho State from 2014 to 2016 before joining the Air Force. And the lead is down to 15 for Army, 35-20. Adams looking for a screen, gets it. Woods on her on a switch. Adams called for the offensive foul. So both teams are now in the bonus. It was an offensive foul, so no free throws for Air Force, but they do get the basketball. Vanden Bosch is out. Coming back in is Kenyatta Sears. Just past now the midway point here in this second quarter. Army's been in control. Woods spinning and shooting and scoring over Cromartie. Nice move by Woods. 3 from Sears off the bench, no. And the rebound to Woods. Johnson steps into a 3 and buries it. Quick 5-point burst from the Air Force, and the lead is down to 10. Sears to Henriquez. Henriquez into the lane. Her shot too strong, and the rebound comes to Cava. Throws full court to Johnson. And Johnson looks for the cutter. Cozart, nice find. Cozart can't get it to go, though. Sears into the forecourt. Here's Henriquez for 3. Nothing doing there. And the rebound controlled by Woods. Again, Cozart looks to push. Cozart in the lane, no. And the rebound controlled by Cromartie for Army. Just past 3.5 left to play here in the first half. Air Force trying to make a rally here. 10 to shoot now for Army. Henriquez to the bucket, goes right around the defense, but too strong off the glass. Clark looks to push. Here's Cava. Cava bounce past to Clark. Clark can't get it to go. Upset with herself as she missed it from an easy distance for her, certainly. That's what happens. You hit those ridiculous shots. For whatever reason, you can't get the easy ones to go down, and vice versa. Henriquez can't get it from 3, and both teams are cold right now as Air Force calls for time. We will step aside. 2:36 left to go here in this second quarter. 10-point lead for Army. We'll be right back. Chris Shima, glad to be back with the updated look at the stats. Juliet Turner in double figures already for Army with 11 points on 5 of 6. And Epiphany Woods also in double figures for the Air Force. 4 out of 7 shooting. She's on her way to a double-double with 11 and 7 already. Those are your leading scorers. Army shooting 41%. Air Force just 27%. Air Force trying to make a rally as that bucket's no good from Kava, and the rebound controlled by Cromartie, her 6th of the day. Nearing 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Game number 6 of 28 that we're bringing you here in San Antonio. And turnaround shot by Turner might have been altered, but Army has gone cold. Satterfield open, can't get it to go, trying to follow the shot. Cromartie is tied up. Jump ball possession arrow will favor Air Force. Correction, Army. So it's Sears to inbound it now. Sears directs traffic as she brings it into the forecourt, guarded by Kava in the man-to-man. This is Turner. Adams with 10 to shoot. Adams looking to pass it, and it's deflected out by Kava. 6 on the shot clock now as Epiphany Woods comes in for the Navy, or excuse me, the Air Force. And coming in for Army is Kiana D'Oliveira. D'Oliveira gets it over to Kirkland. Corner 3 is an air ball with the shot clock running down. Kava turns on the Jets, puts it up, too strong. Rebound to Cromartie. Army looking to run. They've got numbers. Kirkland throws it in the corner for Adams. Open look for Adams. Can't get the 3 off the pass from Sears. Offensive rebound by Cromartie as we go inside a minute to play. D'Oliveira can't get it to go, and finally Cromartie cleans up the glass. It's the first field goal in a while for Army. Woods. Woods pulls up, yes! Woods has had the touch today for Air Force. It's a 10-point ball game again. Shot clock is off. Army can hold for the final shot. D'Oliveira gets it back out to Sears, and Sears recognizes, says, hold on, everybody. Sears drives with 10. Too strong off the glass. Tipped rebound comes to Clark. She tipped it to herself. 3 seconds left. Clark gets it over to Woods. Not that time for Air Force, as their second attempt at a buzzer beater falls short. So Army takes a 10-point lead into the locker rooms, 37-27. We'll take a break. About 10 minutes or so. Bring you the second half here in just a little bit. Don't go too far. Welcome back on to the third quarter we go. Army leading Air Force by a score of 37-27. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you here in San Antonio. Check the numbers as we get underway here in this second half. Army shooting just 25% in the second quarter, so 37% for the first half. Air Force just 26%. Army +8 in rebounding as Kava misses the three. Army also with 8 assists on 13 makes. Just 4 turnovers for the Air Force. They played a clean first half, 8 for Army. Couple of steals for Army and 3 for the Air Force. Leading scorers in the first half, leading all scorers, Epiphany Woods with 13 points on 5 of 9 shooting to go along with 7 rebounds. Juliet Turner in double figures for Army, 5 of 7 shooting. She's got 11. April Cromartie just 2 points, but she's got 9 rebounds, so good defensive first half for her. Clark with 7 points as she gets the first bucket here in this third quarter. 7 points, 4 rebounds for Clark. So the lead is 8 as Johnson slipped. The floor's been slippery today. It's very muggy in San Antonio, and it's going to be that way for the rest of the tournament, as a matter of fact. So we will see some wet spots out on the court, most likely. Although it's pretty cool in here, in the gym itself, it's certainly pleasant. You know, still, there's only so much you can do to keep the humidity out. Turner top of the key now for Army. It's Adams on the left side. Adams takes it left of the lane. Army forcing some passes as Sears takes the three, but before that, a foul's going to be called on the Air Force. It's going to be on Kava. That's her third. Sent him in from Honolulu, Hawaii. What a great place to be born. That's going to be the second foul as Sears got bumped by Woods. So quickly, 2 team fouls here, 90 seconds into this third quarter on the Air Force. Army 7 out of 8 from the charity stripe, 3 out of 4 for the Air Force so far here in this ball game. Sears buries the triple. It was a 2-pointer, they say, so my apologies. 39-29. Kava into the front court. Gets it back on the give and go. Swings it top of the key to Woods. Woods pull up with the hand in her face. Got it. Sears into the forecourt now. Sears kicks it out to Adams for 3 off the back of the rim. And Woods chases down the rebound, throws it full court. Kava, extra pass, and it's going to go off Johnson, out of bounds. Or did they say it was deflected? Looks like we're going to stay on this side of the court. So Army touched it last. Kava coming out again early like she did in the first quarter as Brittany Wright comes in for the Air Force. Also out there is Giovanni Sims. Woods right to the bucket. And Air Force, who trailed by as many as 18 in that first half, have cut it down to 6. Army's got to find something on their set pieces, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Woods doing a good job taking the charge. So Air Force will get it back. So here comes Air Force trying to avoid an 0-2 start in this tournament. Wright Johnson now. Wright drives on the baseline, cut off, 10 to shoot. And it's a throwaway. Adams with the steal. Adams goes coast to coast, blocked but fouled by Johnson. So Adams will go to the line, and she is a perfect 2 out of 2 from the charity stripe here today. Adams, 5 points in the first half, and she's short on that free throw. Coming up later today, Navy and the Marines. First the men, then the women. Men will play 20 minutes after this game is over. Adams 1 out of 2 at the line. Army by 7. Into the forecourt right for the Air Force. Johnson for 3 off the back of the rim. Skying for the rebound. Adams. Adams looking to push. Spinning in the lane. Missed it front rim. Put back D'Oliveira. Yes. Army by 9. Right to Johnson for the Air Force on the far side of the screen. Woods. Clark trying to use her body. Can't get it to go. Right, the putback, no. Clark, third time is the charm. Charmaine Clark, who played college ball at Miami for the Hurricanes, also played professionally in Iceland. Having a good start to this tournament. Here comes Air Force off the miss. Woods from the right wing, no. Follows the shot and took a wicked hit from Turner as she goes into the bleachers. She's okay, though. A host of subs coming on for the Air Force. It's going to be Jamelia Satterfield, also Sheree Medina, and Captain Izzy also out there for the Air Force. Right. There's Satterfield. Izzy in the corner. Top of the key, Medina. Sims had it poked away. Good defense. It was Turner who poked it away, and Cromartie who comes up with the steal. Here's Adams on the left. Adams will fire a 3 and hits. I don't think that's what she wanted to do, but made the best out of the situation. Past the midway point of this third quarter. Air Force down double figures again. They were down double figures most of the first half. Fighting their way back here in the second. Now Army on a bit of a run. Izzy can't get it to go. Adams the rebound. She gets tied up with Satterfield. And the possession arrow favors Air Force as Kava comes back into the game. Chris Shima, glad to be with you here in San Antonio. Game 6 of 28. And I can already feel the vocal cords starting to go. Another sub for Army as Danielle Sally comes back in. Now, Woods will come in for the Air Force as Sims goes out. Medina to inbound. Skies it to Kava. Kava steps into a 3. Yes. Member of Team USA in the SISM tournament in 2015, Kava gets it to go as Cromartie is fouled on the shot attempt. So Cromartie will go to the line. Team foul number 4 on the Air Force. Just 2 so far in the third quarter for Army. Cromartie. First free throw up and good. Cromartie was a perfect 4 out of 4 in yesterday's victory over the Marines from the charity stripe. And rims in the second. So the lead is 8 again. Cava into the forecourt. She'll step into a deep three. Can't get it that time. Chasing down the rebound is Sears, who had to fight for it. 4 minutes left to play here in quarter number 3. Sears, Cromartie. And 3 seconds is called on Sally, who was camped out in the lane. Air Force gets it back. Izzy in the corner. Here's Woods. Floats it over to Satterfield. Still plenty of time to shoot. Cava strong to the bucket. Cut off. Bounce pass out to Woods, who gets it right back to her. Floats it up from the baseline, and air ball. Adams throws full court for Sears. Sears too strong off the glass. And the rebound controlled by Medina. Cava in the corner. Here's Woods on the wing. Back to Cava. Open 3. Yes! The three-pointers starting to rain down from Cinnamon Cava, and the lead is 6 for Army. Adams flips it to Turner, and Turner is fouled. That will be the 5th on Air Force, so free throws to come for Turner. Next game up is Navy and the Marines, scheduled for 1700 hours. Steve, if this game finishes early, they tip that it's 20 minutes after regardless, right? So that one might start early. For the most part, we've been on about the right schedule. But as always, if you subscribe to the YouTube, you can set a reminder. And when we go live, you can get an alert. I think you have to have a Google account to do that, but it's well worth it if you do. You can set a reminder for any game that you want to watch, and you can get an email, you can get a text message. Cava tries it again, not that time. Rebound controlled by Army. It was Adams pulling it down. Danita Adams, just 5'8", but she's been boxing out well. Adams can't get it to go. Woods throws full court. Cava out on the run. Cava scoops it off the glass and in. So the Air Force has been able to cut it to 6 a couple of times. Every time they have, Army has answered. Let's see what happens here. Cromartie from right of the lane, no good. Inside 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Here's Medina out on the run, and drawing the foul is Woods. So she'll go to the line. The foul is on Cromartie, I believe. Correction, it's on Sally. So Epiphany Woods at the charity stripe. That's the 3rd team foul on Army here in this third quarter. And the first free throw rims out. A host of subs coming in. De La Vera and Kirkland returning for Army. And coming back in is Brianna Cozart for Air Force. And now we'll have a timeout. So 6-point advantage for Army. We will step aside here late in quarter number 3. Woods at the line, already a double-double, 17 and 10 for Epiphany, 3 out of 5 from the charity stripe. Welcome back, Chris Shima. Glad to be back with you. 1:49 left to go here in this third quarter. Air Force trying to cut it to a 5-point deficit, and they do. Woods is going to get a deserved break as Giovanni Sims comes back into the ball game. Army shot 47% in the first quarter. Since then, 25% in the second, 27% here in the third. Air Force shooting 44% here in this third quarter. D'Oliveira puts it up and in. D'Oliveira now in double figures with 11. Juliet Turner with 13 for Army. That's a 3 from Medina. And the lead is 4. Medina now, that's her first points of the game. She's got 5 rebounds to go along with those 3 points. Into the forecourt, Sanders. D'Oliveira. Sanders now. Inside a minute to play. Turner can't get it to go, but she's fouled by Medina, who says, if I fouled, why am I the one on the floor? So Turner at the line. Good day for Juliet Turner, 5 of 7 from the field, 3 out of 4 from the charity stripe. Make it 4 out of 5 as she gets that free throw to go. Army led 22-12 at the end of 1. They led in this game by as many as 18. Right now their lead is 6. Kava. Here's Kozart back to her. 2-for-1 opportunity for the Air Force as Clark draws contact. So Clark will go to the line. Clark first free throw attempts. Looking to get into double figures. She's got 9 points. Clark 0 for 1 in the tournament from the charity stripe. She's now in double figures with 10 as she hits her first. 10.6 rebounds for Clark. Hit a crazy buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter. Army still with the lead. 9-second difference between game and shot clock as Turner goes to the bucket and landed awkwardly. Sims called for the foul. And Turner trying to walk it off. Juliet Turner, short on the first free throw. In the Texas Army National Guard, she's from Washington, D.C. originally, living here in Texas now. One out of 2, and the lead is 5. So about 2-second difference between game and shot clock. Air Force will run some of this clock down. Kava dribbling near midcourt with it. Here's Medina. She'll fire. Grazes the rim, that's all. And Army, a bad pass by Sanders. Kava to the bucket, yes! The rainbow shot goes, a 3-point game. Turner to beat the clock, no. And Air Force staying right with Army, 54-51. We'll come back with the fourth quarter right after this. Army still out shooting the Air Force 36% to 33%, but Army had 9 field goals in the first quarter. They have 8 since that time, as Army and Air Force playing in a tight one. Woods to the bucket. 20 and 10 for Woods, and it's a 1-point game. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here in San Antonio. D'Oliveira. Kirkland goes up, no. Kirkland, second effort, no. D'Oliveira, no. Army's gone cold. Sanders draws a foul. Army is +9 in rebounding. They have 15 offensive rebounds in the game, as does the Air Force. Mentioned Woods with 20. Shermaine Clark has 11 and 6. Kava with 10. 16 points for Juliet Turner, and D'Oliveira with 11 for Army. Host of subs coming into the ball game. We'll set the 5 on the floor for you here in just a moment. Sanders gets the second one. Vanden Bosch coming into the ball game for the shooter Sanders. So Vanden Bosch, Sears, and Turner. Also Cromartie and Adams. That's the 5 for Army. For the Air Force, it's Medina and Woods. Also Kava, Cozart, and Clark. 3 by Kava, no good. Rebound to Cromartie. 56-53 is the correct score on your screen now. Sears. Cromartie on the right block. Cromartie spinning in the lane. Good defense by Clark. She comes up with the rebound, but then lost it out of bounds as Vanden Bosch was hounding her. Here comes Angela Johnson in for Cozart for the Air Force. Adams in the corner. Sears now guarded by Medina in the man-to-man. Vanden Bosch, plenty of time to shoot right now for Army. Patient offense. Turner sends it out. Sears fakes the 3, takes it to the elbow, missed it long, and Woods the board. Woods throws full court. Clark underneath. Yes! One-point game. Adams has it taken away. It's Woods, 2-on-1, bounce pass Medina, yes! Air Force has the lead for the first time here this afternoon. Sears, that was almost poked away. Adams with 15 to shoot. Adams, open look on a screen, puts Army right back on top. .727 and counting. Air Force and Army played a tight game on the men's side with Air Force winning by 3. This one's been tight as well. Now it's a turnover. Adams. Open look, Sears. Rainbow shot off the back of the rim. Cromartie the rebound. To the cutter, Sears. Can't get the layup, but the putback by Turner. Timeout by the Air Force. Trouble rebounding on the defensive end has helped Army out to a slim 3-point lead. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. 60-57, Army over the Air Force. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. 6:55 to go here in this one. Navy and the Marines coming up at 5 o'clock or 1700 hours Central Time. Or 20 minutes after this one's done. Right. Some changes. Medina, corner three, in and out. Turner, the rebound. Adams into the forecourt. Over to Sears. Vanden Bosch. Adams goes behind the back. Nice move. Short on the shot. Followed it and can't get the friendly bounce. Another offensive rebound. Vanden Bosch screaming for a foul, but they call a jump ball. Still possession will stay with Army. Turner to inbound. Turner got to find somebody. Gets Sears out near midcourt. There's Vanden Bosch. Adams. Vanden Bosch triggers a triple. Can't get it to go. And the rebound to Medina. Here's right on the baseline into the lane. Got blocked by Cromartie. Got it back though. Medina up top. He will set up the offense now, playing one-on-one with Turner. Satterfield. Can't get the roll. Offensive rebound by Wright. No. Scrum for the rebound. Vanden Bosch comes up with it. Sears into the forecourt. Nearing the midway point of this fourth quarter. A tight one here on day two. Cozart. Hill. Correction, that's Turner. Can't get it to go. Now Cromartie is fouled. Can anybody get a defensive rebound here in this fourth quarter? It's been both teams hitting the offensive glass hard. Two team fouls on the Air Force. And none yet for Army. First free throw up and good. D'Oliveira back in. Vanden Bosch will leave at the free throw stripe today. Cromartie now a perfect 3 out of 3. 5 points, 10 rebounds for Cromartie. Captain Izzy coming back in for the Air Force. That's what she prefers to be called. I won't even try to pronounce her full name, Captain Izzy. Osa Sumwin is my best guess at her first name. That free throw is no good, but the offensive rebound by Sears, who will back it out. Turner back to her. Fresh 30 for Army. D'Oliveira, now Turner. Turner. Boy, it looked like she was out of control there, but got it off the glass. Controlled chaos from Turner. The lead is 6. Here's Clark. Medina from the baseline to the bucket, airballed it. Rebound to Adams. Air Force took a brief lead. Army since then has clamped down. Adams is bumped. Will they count it? Yeah, in college that's a foul on the floor. In the pros, that's continuation. So it's a good call by the official. Even though you might not think so, it's the correct call according to college rules. 3 team fouls now on the Air Force. Air Force bringing in Kava and Woods. So Kava, Woods, Izzy, Clark, and Medina, the 5 for Air Force. D'Oliveira draws the foul. That's 4 now on the Air Force. So Izzy has fouled out, so she's going to have to come out, picking up her 5th. Angela Johnson coming into the game now to replace Captain Izzy, whose day is done. And now it's D'Oliveira at the line, missing the first. And gets the second. So it's a 3-possession game now. Army 64, Air Force 57. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Our second of 4 games here on day 2. Woods to the bucket, yes. Woods, I believe, with 22 now in the ball game. Adams goes right around the defense, can't get the layup, put back by Cromartie is good. Offensive rebounds are helping Army out to this advantage. Woods can't get it to go. She's going to be tied up with D'Oliveira and will go the other way. So here comes Army leading by 7. They've led this game by as many as 18. So the possession arrow was wrong. So it is Air Force's basketball. They didn't switch it on the last jump ball. So it is Air Force with possession. Johnson in the corner. Here's Woods. And that ball was kicked. So 25 on the shot clock, 3:20 on the game clock. Air Force will inbound it again. It's Medina. It's it into the cutter Cava, who threw it up. I think she thought she was going to get a foul called. D'Oliveira in transition. Out to Adams, and she'll wait for her teammates. Sears. D'Oliveira to the buckets and called for the offensive foul. Air Force will get it back. Correction, that might have just been a travel call. Van de Bosch making an appearance as Turner will come out. Tiffany Woods to inbound it now for the Air Force. Cava. Cava goes behind the back, almost lost the dribble. Got it to Clark, airballed it. Chased down by Medina, extra possession. Clark looking to post up. Good defense from D'Oliveira, but it will stay with Air Force. 2:38 left to go. Possession starting to become limited here. 13 to shoot for Air Force. Here's Woods. Woods blocked by Cromartie, and Army takes it away. Van de Bosch. Army in no hurry. Want to limit the Air Force possessions, leading by 3 possessions. 6 to shoot now. Here's Adams with 4. And short on the shot. Offensive rebound. D'Oliveira cleans it up. 9-point lead. Technically still a 3-possession game as we go inside 2 minutes to play. Johnson for 3. It's long. Clark the rebound. Yes. We'll see what they do here on this next defensive possession. Air Force not going the foul yet. They would put Army in the bonus on the next defensive foul. Adams and a late whistle, and I believe they call Adams for the charge as she was out of control. Timeout on the court. We will step aside. 1:27 left to go. Air Force with the basketball, some work to do, down by 7. Welcome back to San Antonio. Army trying to hang on. Credit Air Force. They've battled hard here today. Army 20 points for Juliet Turner, 14 for Dalaveras. She's got a double-double with 11. 11 points for Danita Adams. 14 rebounds for April Cromartie with 7 points. Good defensive day for her. For Air Force, Epiphany Woods 22 points. Charmaine Clark with 15. And Kava with 10. Medina can't get it to go. And now I believe Air Force has to start fouling. They're not. They're playing defense still. It's a 3-possession game. Sears. And the foul called on Clark. So Sears will go to the line with exactly a minute to go. So Shears at the line. First free throws today. Gets the first one to go. And Army by 8 now. Air Force will look to go quickly here. Army applying some pressure on the ball. Kava goes quickly, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. Now, Army's got 3 fouls left to work with. They've only have 2. So I guess technically 2 more to work with if they want to try to disrupt. But they say Kava was in the act of shooting, so she'll go to the line and misses that one. Kava, first free throws here today, and missed them both. So things looking bleak now if you're an Air Force fan. 47 seconds left to go, and they're still not fouling, which is interesting. They will play it out here. Sears with the jumper, no. Rebound controlled by Johnson. Johnson full court to Clark. Clark, yes. And now I would think they're going to try to foul. Timeout by Army, so they will talk strategy for this final 27.7. We'll step aside here just for a moment. Welcome back. 27.7 seconds left to play, and it's Army basketball. They lead by 7. Krishima, glad to be back with you. Second close game here on day number 2. After the first day, we had all blowouts. Kava will foul. So Sears goes back to the line. Still a 3-possession game regardless of what happens here. If you factor in the 3-point play now as Danielle Sally comes back in. But if you're Air Force, you got to think long ball. If this next free throw goes in, even if it doesn't, at 24.7, your time is limited. It does, so the lead is 9 for Army. Johnson. Here is Woods for 3, no. Brought in to rebound was Sally. She did, but she's tied up. Still, Army will get the possession arrow with 14.7 seconds left to go. And it looks like Air Force will foul. Probably too little, too late, though. And they do. So Adams will go to the line. Chance to put some extra frosting on the cake and what will be an Army victory here this afternoon. So the Air Force men defeating the Army men earlier today, 88-85. This has been a close one as well, but the Army women will go to 2-0. They'll take on Navy tomorrow night. Who doesn't love a little Army-Navy action? That's coming up at 7 o'clock, 1900 hours local time. Air Force will be back in action tomorrow afternoon against the Marines. Neither free throw good. Another rebound by D'Oliveira, but she's called for traveling. So opportunity here for Air Force. Possibly one last possession, and Sears, that's the last thing you want to do. You've got a couple of fouls to give, now just one. But still, you don't want to get into a point where you're sending Air Force to the line with 10 seconds left. Play hard, but play smart. 3 by Johnson, off the mark, and that will do it. Army 72, and the Air Force 63. So a hard-fought game, but Army comes up on top. And we will go away, folks. Don't forget our next game coming up here in just a couple of minutes at 5 p.m. It'll be Navy and the Marines on the men's side. We'll take a break, and we'll talk to you again here in just a little bit. Thanks for watching.